Hi, it's time for Street Talk, your voice and your views on the issues in the news. 80 people have died in clashes between authorities and protesters, according to the Tibetan government in exile, after Tibetans took to the streets to demand an end to China's human rights violations in their country. The Dalai Lama called for an investigation into what he called cultural genocide in his homeland and told the international community it has a moral responsibility to remind China to be a good Olympic host. Tibetan people talked about what they want to see happen in their country.
We are asking Chinese government, please stop this killing in Tibet and please go back to China.
We don't have a country. They killed people in our country, including children.
We need human rights. Is this the human rights that we are facing over here? This is not a human right.
The world's biggest Islamic body is seeking to rebrand itself to deal with Islamophobia in the West. The 57-nation organization of the Islamic Conference met in Senegal last week to draft a charter that will give it a more active role as the voice of Islam in the globalized world. The group hopes to peacefully settle conflicts that affect its members and to redistribute wealth to its poorest states. Bruno in France has a different idea of how the voice of the Islamic community should be represented. It should be organized around a collective, open-minded, scientific, pluralistic, extraterritorial Islamic university, open to all Islamic currents and new thinkers. Nadia in London thinks other organizations bear responsibility for representing Islamic culture. The media should focus in the way Muslims have engaged themselves with non-Muslims throughout history and show the outputs of such relations in terms of science, medicine, art and trade. Mike from Canada wonders why there is a need to define Islamic culture at all. Shouldn't countries resist the urge to define themselves by the religion of their majority? They're struggling to stay in business in an unstable economy, so now Lebanese craftsmen are carting their goods to Jordan. 55 designers held a 3-day exhibition in Amman featuring products ranging from fashion and jewelry to household accessories. The Jordanian exhibition is meant to help Lebanese artists cope with a decline in sales back home caused by political instability and a shriveling tourism industry. They seem to be cornering the market there. That's it. Until next time, do keep sending in your questions and comments to riz@aljazeera.net and point us to anything interesting or amusing for Street Talk. Remember, what you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera. Some of the content has been edited but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the street.